This next question concerns healthcare planning. Healthcare planning, which is something that was done 25 or 30 years ago, has become an enormously important part of estate planning. Any of us who have gone through end of life decisions with any of our family members understands what a difficult situation it is, and it's one that's been made more complicated by technology over the last few decades. Rob, my mother was told by her physician that she should do a healthcare directive. She already has a power of attorney, which names me as her proxy. Do we need to do anything else? So this is a very appropriate question because it gets to a very confusing issue, and that is there are in most proper estate plans two types of powers of attorney. The first is the one that you think of most commonly, in which you create a power of attorney in someone to handle your property and business affairs. So you're essentially naming somebody as your agent to handle your business. There's another that's called a healthcare power of attorney. And judging from the way this woman phrased this question, I don't think this is what she's talking about in her question. A healthcare power of attorney is extremely important. In the healthcare power of attorney, you name someone to make your medical decisions for you in the event that you cannot make them for yourself. In addition to that, you give instructions in that power of attorney for how you want end-of-life decisions to be made. So, for instance, the most common instruction is that if you're in a condition where you're not going to recover and you are unconscious, and there is very little likelihood of you recovering consciousness and being able to communicate with your family and friends and understand what's going on around you, then you don't want to be kept alive on machines. You just want to be kept comfortable, but no life-sustaining treatment. That's the most common phrase that is generally used. It's very important we have both of these documents in every estate plan. Without them, you're subject to possibly being kept alive at a point where you no longer want that to happen. And even though we often think, oh, my family knows what to do, families in these scenarios are under an enormous amount of pressure. And without a clear written instruction, it can be very difficult for your family to come to the decision that you wish they would come to. So healthcare planning involves putting these ideas into writing and making sure they're implemented. So a healthcare power of attorney is an essential part of every estate plan. Make sure you've got one if you do your estate plan. Thanks.